All right, hello and welcome to Moving Iron Podcast After the Bell with Chip Nellinger. Chip, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Casey. Starting this with a day that we got a lot to talk about.
I know, that's fortunate. We could have started out with a dud, but it sounds like there's a lot of good stuff happening today.
There was some stuff happening. I don't know how good it was, depending on where you're at and what you define good by. So where do we start? Probably first and foremost, rain in Kansas and Oklahoma. So that's obviously good if you're a producer in that area. Not so good for wheat prices because those rains ended up being better than expected. And so we saw wheat get pummeled today. Obviously with, and some more rain on tap, it looks like, for those dry areas. So wheat really took it on the chin today. Where we closed, Kansas City wheat 25 to 26 lower. Chicago wheat about 16 lower. So they really took it on the chin in the wheat market. South America, Argentina had a little bit of rain. It was not as general as what we saw here in the plains, but it did rain in some areas that had been very dry. There's more rain on tap potentially late this week and into the weekend. Mixed opinions down there. It's getting far enough along that those rains may not have done a whole lot as far as yield goes, but we're still caught up in the bean market. When there's rain on the radar screen in the dry areas that haven't got rain in 3 to 4 months, it's hard for the market to stand up in the face of that. Also, the bean market reacting a little bit to some ongoing fears about trade issues with China. So the bean market took it on the chin as well. We had old crop beans, where we had down about 26 and a half. New crop beans down 18-ish, 18, 19. So we got beat up there on beans today. And corn was kind of caught up in this as well and ended up 6 to 7 lower, 7 lower in old crop corn contracts, 6 lower in new crop. So see a red here across the grain markets today.
Wow, okay. Well, started on a downward note, but so how did the livestock market end up?
Not much better. Unfortunately, the cattle market also caught up in a little bit of the fears of some trade issues here, both with the NAFTA talks that are ongoing, as well as the potential for worsening Chinese trade issues. So, in my opinion, that's kind of been hanging over this cattle market for going on 3 weeks now. We also saw the stock market get beat up. Stock market's still open as we're talking right now, down probably over 400 right now. So that is, whenever you see a big, strong down day like that in stocks, it can spill over and have a correlation in the cattle market as well. And so cattle got beat up in here, putting, new multi-week lows in, down about 140 in the June live cattle. Would be just over 110, closed in the 110.32 range. Feeders down about $1.90. The hogs were also in on the fun. They were down 240, pretty much on the low of the day. So it's kind of a sea of red here across our ag markets today.
Well, do you see anything happening in the overnights that should change any of the downward direction we're seeing here?
Probably not. When you close like this, on our tails here, you probably see a little bit of selling pressure as we reopen tonight in the grain markets. I do think, though, that corn, probably if anything, has the strongest fundamentals right now. It'll probably be the first to bottom. Again, there may be some additional selling pressure in the beans here. Wouldn't surprise me if you don't go another 6-8 cents lower in beans tomorrow, but I think you'll start uncovering better support down there. Wheat's the real wild card, with these rains, because it does change the name of the game. They couldn't have come at a more critical time for those guys in Kansas, Oklahoma. They got rains. I mean, there's some, 1 to 2 plus inch rains in that deal. And so it's going to be greatly beneficial to wheat production there. And that will just take some time. Might take till harvest to figure out, the benefit of what these rains did. So I think in order, you'll probably see corn bottom first, followed by beans. Wheat will be last. Whether that's tomorrow, I don't know, but probably easily see a little selling pressure in the overnight and probably, first thing in the morning tomorrow.
All right, Chip. Well, if guys want to get a hold of you, where can they find you at?
Yeah, best way is just call our office here, 309-550-7213. We'd love to chat with you.
All right, great, Chip. Well, thanks for being on the show here, Chip, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, man.